Good evening from Eau Claire North High School. Zaleski Sports presents high school football on a Wisconsin Valley Conference clash tonight between the DC Everest Evergreens, 3-2 overall, 3-0 to lead the WVC standings, versus the Eau Claire North Huskies, who come in with an overall record of 2-3, 2-1 in Wisconsin Valley Conference play. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bob Bradovich, joined up here in the broadcast booth by Dave Sparger and Spargs. For Eau Claire North, here's a team that comes in on a two-game win streak. Certainly not perfect in each of these last two games, but they found ways to win, including last week with that dramatic goal line stand to knock off Eau Claire Memorial.
Yeah, you talk about just finding a way to win, and that's what the Huskies have been able to do the last 2 weeks. You know, we watched them play Superior here 2 weeks ago at their home field on a rainy, terrible night. Tough to handle the football, but they did a tremendous job second, third, and fourth quarter of really shutting down that Superior offense. And so they really made a good job of handling that the rest of the way and pulled away really to handle that victory against Superior, carry that over against Eau Claire Memorial. A lot of momentum, started out really well, got up big, a couple of scores, and then had to just hang on as that Old Abe offense all of a sudden started getting clicking, and it came right down to the last play. But again, last play of the game, the Huskies stood strong.
One of the things North did very well last week was run the football, and they did that despite an early injury to Michael Friesen, their starting tailback. Unfortunately, Friesen looks like he's going to be lost for the rest of the season with the knee injury. They also played without Levante Bean in that game. Good news from North, Bean is back, but I think North found something in the running of Brody Heinbuck, and then you add in the yardage that the quarterback Zap Shipman got on design runs. This is a pretty strong running game that the Huskies bring to the table.
You're exactly right, and that's what they rely on for their offense. They've got to run the football. They don't like to have to sit back and drop back and throw all the time. They love to use play action. Well, in order for play action to work, you got to run the football. And you talked about it. Friesen probably lost for the season. He was their stud back. Levante Bean was their number 2. He was lost for a couple weeks. He got cleared yesterday, but probably will not play due to the fact he's trying to run with a cast, so that makes it a little difficult. But you're right. They found Brody Heinbuck last week, and boy, what a game he had. He really stepped it up for the Huskies. And again, it is going to be the Heinbuck and Zach Shipman show. Those two are going to run the rock. They're going to trade off, taking carries and making things happen. And it worked last week. They had a really good offensive set last week against the Old Abe, and they're hoping to carry that over.
And with guys on the outside like Aaron Solberg, Nick Tyson, the two wide receivers, both of those guys can run. They have good hands. It opens up something in the pass game.
Well, you talk about it. Again, run action, right? You run that run the ball. All of a sudden, you pull it back, and you're looking up, and you've got Aaron Solberg in a one-on-one situation. He's going to win that battle, and that's what they've been able to find. He has just done so much for them in their pass game, and let's not forget how well he kicks the football. But again, just that receiving threat, the deep ball threat, and he brings it.
This is the Play It Again Sports pregame show. Be your best with equipment from Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Color guard coming onto the field right now. We are waiting for the Eau Claire North Choir and our national anthem. After that, we'll tell you a little bit more about the DC Everest Evergreens, a team that comes in on a 3-game win streak. And they lead the Wisconsin Valley Conference standings with a 3-0 record. Very nice rendition of our national anthem by the Eau Claire North Choir. Great crowd on hand here. The home side is basically full, as best as we can tell from our perch in the press box. We've got the Eau Claire North Band and some students down on the south end zone. We got all kinds of people lining that walkway over on the north side, and of course the neighbors over there have got they got their deck going.
I love that deck in the end zone.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, I tell you what, Bob, we talked about this after the game last night. That'd be a great place for us to go and broadcast one night. How much fun would that be?
We may have to do that. That would be a good time. Let's talk about the Evergreens. Here's a team that's also dealt with some key injuries. Starting quarterback Jake Stasniak injured earlier this season. He is here with the team, but he will not play. So that's thrust the sophomore Ty Rohde into the starting spot. And Rohde, the left-hander, has been effective since he got plugged into the starting lineup.
Yeah, he really has. And again, they don't ask him to do too much, right? You don't want to throw a sophomore in there and say, hey, carry the team. He just doesn't have to do that. What they do a lot with the run game, and they just thrive on that power game that they've got. They're going to run the football, and again, if that was that effective, they're just going to stay with it. And then all of a sudden, here comes that play action. He'll roll. He'll get out of the pocket and roll it and just run a little bootleg and try to get that football to their key receiver, Xavier Edwards. And, boys, he got some great numbers. He's got 18 catches for 311 yards and 5 TDs. So he's their go-to guy.
Another guy putting up good numbers in the run game is the senior Corbin Enzenroth. He played a secondary role to Blake Bankston, who was fantastic last year for Everest. Enzenroth has stepped in, and he has rushed for 739 yards and 10 touchdowns, one of those in the pass game. So he's a guy that the Huskies will have to certainly be aware of. But then again, they'll just sit there. They'll just run kind of just basic stuff. They'll line up Enzenroth in that traditional I formation. They'll have like an H-back, blocking back that they'll kind of move to side. But basically it's off tackle left, off tackle right. Enzenroth has got really nice vision. He can bounce things to the outside. And then when everybody starts creeping up on defenses, then they look to kind of go over the top. So it'll be really interesting tonight, Spargs, which of these teams can kind of control the line of scrimmage and get that run game established.
Well, you hit it right on the head. Who's going to control the line of scrimmage? You got the big boys up front. North is physical. They can match up with the physicality. That'll give them a chance, but that's what Everest is known for. They're going to be known for their big physical play up front, and like you talked about on their offense, they're going to come out in that 21 formation. Simply means 2 tight ends, the running back, and that H-backs. They'll even run with 2 guys back there as a double H or the power I type look, and they're just going to load it up and come at you. So this will be a fun game tonight.
Mancino's Grinders and Pizza has been a family tradition for almost 30 years. For the best hot sandwich in town, grab a grinder, order online for takeout and delivery at mancinoseauclair.com. Mancino's Grinders and Pizza is locally owned and operated, conveniently located on Brackett Avenue, right near Memorial High School. Everest will kick off. The Huskies will receive. Teeing it up is Carson Kempf of the Evergreens. Back deep for the Huskies. Got Aaron Solberg and Nick Tyson. Tyson to the near side of the field. Beautiful night here on the north side of Eau Claire. 74 degrees. The temperature at kickoff. Hardly any wind, no precipitation in the area. We are looking for a really great night of football. Kempf's got the ball teed up at 12 minutes on the clock. And this one is underway. Ball coming down near side. Tyson's got it inside his own 5. Tyson cuts to the outside. Well defended that time by the Evergreens. Great coverage, and leading the way, Aiden Schmitz. Your starting lineups brought to you by Toyson Ford. For the North Huskies up front, left to right. Kenton Mondo, Zane Naring, Reese Kittelstad, Spencer Brunner, and Levi Sun. The tight end, Cashton Canes. Receivers, Aaron Solberg, Nick Tyson. Zach Shipman is the quarterback. And standing to his right, getting the start tonight, is Brody Heinbuch. 1st and 10 Huskies. The line of scrimmage, their own 17. Quick pass near side. Solberg has it. Gets away from one would-be tackler and takes it out down to the 28-yard line. And there's a first down for the Huskies.
Yeah, Everest likes to play a lot of that man cover, especially on the perimeter. So they'll match up, and that'll give Solberg some chances in that matchup to get open in that one-on-one coverage.
Now Solberg wide to the left. Tyson slot right. Here's a pitch. Heinbuch, that was going nowhere. We'll get the starters defensively for the Evergreens, and they'll have a lot of guys rotating in, so we'll read you more than 11 names. Brad Rickert, Logan Lesmiller, Andrew Hedinga up front. You'll also get a lot of Nico Kleinschmidt. Jake Reether, who was in on that last tackle, Carson Kemp, Nathaniel Briggs, Max Sari at linebacker. You'll see a lot of Aiden Schmitz as well. On the backside, Asa Martin, Vander Truax, Silas Weber, Caleb Hiemauer, and Will Hopper. Corbin Heil will also get some playing time for the Evergreens. 2nd down, North going deep over the middle. Solberg was there, but the quarterback, Zach Shipman, led him maybe about a foot too much.
Yeah, there again, the Evergreens, it looks like a man. They're actually playing a deep 3 cover there, so a cover 3, but he's really kind of one-on-one with this corner, so that post right there was open. If he lays that in there for him, he's probably gone, to be honest. Just missed on the connection.
So it's 3rd and 14 now for the Huskies. They'll put trips to the left side on the far side. Solberg in the backfield with Shipman. Shipman evades one would-be tackler. Now Zach Shipman's going to run. Gets a block on the near side. Shipman across the 40. No flags down. First down Huskies.
Great effort by Shipman. He could have dumped that off to Solberg, but instead is yelling at Solberg to give him a block, and Solberg does that, and he picks up another 10 after that block to get the first down. Great work by Zach Shipman right there.
Opening drive of the Huskies, they've taken it from their own 17 out to their own 41. Heinbuch gets a couple yards off left tackle.
Yeah, and there's a case right there with the Everest Evergreens. They're playing a man cover right there. That's strong, the free safety's number 11. Once he saw that handoff to the running back, he just comes flying. So he came up there, stopped him for about a 2-yard gain. So you'll see a lot of mix-up in their coverage, but, boy, when they go man-to-man, they are just flying after the football.
Reether, number 8, has got 3 sacks on the season. Very active. He's rushing now. Shipman will keep. Zach Shipman evading tacklers. He's brought down just short of midfield.
Yeah, how about that? You talked about evading. Holy smokes, 2 of those guys had him for no gain, and he was able to shake him off and pick up about 6.
Brad Rickert on the tackle will mark the ball at the 49 to bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Huskies.
That Everest defense has been stingy the last 3 weeks. 6 points, 0 points, and 15 is all they've given up the last 3 weeks.
Shipman will keep. Zach Shipman hit behind the line of scrimmage, fighting for yardage, but he'll lose a couple.
Yeah, they tried to go that counter, the quarterback keep it out of a counter trap look, and Everest had a perfect blitz called on that one. It just blew it up in the backfield.
So the Huskies will send out the punt unit. Silas Weber will field this one for the Evergreens. He is going to set up shop right around his own 20-yard line. Aaron Solberg will punt it away for the Huskies. Snap is good. Solberg angling that one towards the near sideline, and that one came very close to checking up inside the 5, but it hops into the end zone. We'll give you the starting lineups for DC Everest offense. Lineups sponsored by Toyson Ford. Up front, Billy Schwartz, Chris Ferrari, Will White, Carson Zesch, Hunter Augustus. Luke Hoffman is the tight end. You'll see Xavier Edwards, Mason Hines, Samuel Duran at receiver. Ty Rohde is the quarterback. Corbin Enzenroth is the running back. You will see plenty of Andrew Bankston as well. 1st and 10 Evergreens from their own 20. Enzenroth standing to the left of quarterback Ty Rohde. Enzenroth around the right side.
Look out.
Enzenroth
Look out.
still running. He gets over the 40.
Yeah, DC Everest flipped the strength. They put their tight end and wing to the two receiver side, which really creates an unbalanced look. They've got extra bodies on that side. North didn't do anything to really adjust to that, and that run play busted off for a good 22, 23 yards right there.
1st and 10 Evergreens from their own 43. Hines split out wide to the left. Edwards in the slot left. Enzenroth remains at running back. We'll hand it to Bankston. Bankston bouncing it outside. Bankston still on his feet. Andrew Bankston bumped out of bounds. So this is just 2 plays, Sparks. This is Everest football. It's just line it up, and here we come.
Yeah, 2 run plays, 2 big plays. All they did was put Bankston in motion, and then he stopped basically as a tailback in that the straight eye look, and it was just an ISO play with Enzenroth as his blocker. So good start here for the Everest.
They have moved into Huskies territory at the 43.
Here comes that unbalanced look again.
Fake to Enzenroth. They go up over the top, incomplete. Looking for Bankston out of the backfield.
Well
covered.
Well covered on that. Not fooled at all. Huskies all over that one.
North defense, Zach Krieger, Tice Gorman, Kenton Mondo up front. Linebackers, Caden Caldwell, Brett Williams, Nicholas Loken, Brady Andrew. On the backside, Briar Njai, Elijah Edwards, Evan Thurston, Owen Rupert. 2nd and 10 now for the Evergreens. Enzenroth on the carry. Enzenroth still going. Finally knocked out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. Sparks, when we've seen the North defense at times this year, a little vulnerable on that power run game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're exploiting right now. Great job of blocking up front by the Evergreens. Led that time by Chris Ferrario. He ran what's called a G scheme. Everybody blocks down. He's that play side guard. He pulls out and kicks out the end, and that running back did a great job of cutting inside that good block for big yardage.
So Hines splits out wide to the right. In the slot right is Edwards. Snap to Rohde. He'll hand it off to Enzenroth. Patient running, but wrapped up and taken down. Good job that time on that far sideline. That's Evan Thurston in run support coming up from his safety position.
Yeah, Thurston, great job keeping that outside arm free, right? He's trying to turn that back to the inside, and the back didn't do it, so he kept on the bounce, and he just kept that outside arm free, made the play. Excellent job on the edge.
Gain of 3, bring up a 2nd and 7. Edwards in motion. He'll get the carry. Xavier Edwards cuts it upfield. Runs into some traffic.
He's got enough for a first down there, though, Brado. Good job of cutting that back up and in.
Brady Andrew on the tackle, but that one was well blocked. And it brings up a 1st and goal for the Evergreens. Nose of the football right on the north 5-yard line.
Xavier Edwards, he's a big dude. He's 6'3", 185. So you get him out in open space like that, he's tough to bring down.
And a multi-sport athlete at DC Everest. Rohde now operating under center. Well, pitch to Enzenroth. Enzenroth, little hesitation move. Penalty marker down.
Yeah, that's to come back with a hold there on the edge.
Initially on this drive, Sparks, Kenton Mondo was not playing on the D-line for North. He's in there now in a goal line situation.
Yeah, you got to pick and choose, right? When you got the big guy, which ones does he want to play? And obviously you get down in that goal line situation, you need him in there.
Mondo, we list him as 6'7", 300 pounds. He's a senior who's committed to play Big Ten football at the University of Indiana.
Heads up here on this side of the field with Xavier Edwards, little one-on-one.
They'll toss it to Enzenroth, trying the left side. Enzenroth wrapped up and taken down.
Good job by the secondary there of the Huskies coming and filling.
Yeah, it looked like he had some running room, and then Caden Caldwell, the linebacker, Owen Rupert, the safety, came up to stop that one. 2nd and 15. It's actually 2nd and goal from the 15. We'll split the receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Rhodey putting one up toward the end zone, knocked away. Coverage on the backside there. Nicely done by Elliott Spees.
Yeah, Spees did a great job of actually coming off his guy. When he realized that throw was going to go up to Edwards, he left his guy go inside and he broke off to help a little 2-on-1 then in the end zone. Great read by him.
Good pass from Ty Rhodey, giving his tall, speedy receiver a chance to run underneath that one, but Spees, as you said, Sparks, made a really nice play. 3rd and goal now for the Evergreens. Rhodey, they're going to get it to Edwards. Edwards still on his feet, trying to reverse his field, and he's taken down for a big loss. Elliott Spees again.
Spees might have just taken them out of field goal range even. Boy, what a great defensive play. Trying to go to a little a little bubble screen out there for Edwards. Well, we're going to try a field goal, then this would be a 45-yarder.
Carson Kempf will tee up. He'll set the tee down right at the 35.
If his kickoff is any indication, he might have the leg for it.
Vander Truax is the holder. 45-yard attempt. Snap is good. Kick on the way. It is wide to the left. We're still scoreless. 4:29 to go in this first quarter. In the Chippewa Valley, collectors know where to go. Slab Factory in Eau Claire. Pokemon cards, sports cards, buying, selling, or trading. It is the place where the hobby comes alive. Swing in today and discover something new only at Slab Factory, located at 2527 Claremont. And thanks to our game day sponsor, Oakwood Bank in Augusta and Eau Claire, proud to support local student athletes. That is Oakwood Bank in Augusta and Eau Claire. Huskies will take over at their own 20-yard line. Their first drive of the game, and we're still scoreless with 4:29 remaining in the first.
Huskies getting the call in from the sideline here.
They shift Heinbuch over to the left side. Shipman. It's a design run for the quarterback, Zach Shipman, bouncing off of first contact and taking that one out for a gain of 6 yards.
Boy, he has done that now a couple of times where he probably should be stopped for about a 1 or 2 yard gain, and he's able to make that first guy miss, and he picked up 7 on that one.
You know, he's so good as a straight-ahead runner, but he's got that one little cut. And so guys think they have him lined up, and they wind up bouncing off of him. 2nd and 3 now for the Huskies. Heinbuck on the carries. Zach Heinbuck had a little bit of daylight, and that closed down quickly.
Yeah, a little inside trap right there on the inside of that. DC Everest saw it, filled it real nice.
And this is where the running game for North looks different without Michael Friesen.
Yeah, a little less physical, right? I mean, you just don't have that big bruiser to bang in there if you need 2 or 3 yards. You're relying a little bit more on that quickness and shiftiness of those other two.
Gain of 1 brings up a 3rd and 2. Shipman. Couple pump fakes. Throws that one away. He was well out of the tackle box, so.
Headsy play, though, by Shipman. He's about to go down. He gets that out of bounds and past the line of scrimmage, so saves him about 10 yards right there, but North will have to punt it.
So this drive, the Huskies go 3 and out. And with 3:08 remaining in this first quarter, they'll punt it away. Silas Weber of the Evergreens will set up at his own 35-yard line. Solberg, the punter, standing at his own 15. Solberg angling that one toward the near sideline. And the Evergreens will come out of this with pretty good field position.
Yeah, only about a 25-yard punt right there.
Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Evergreens will start their second drive at their own 43. Still scoreless with the first quarter winding down. Enzenroth remains at running back. He stands behind the QB Ty Rohde, the sophomore. Now Enzenroth shifts, takes the football, plows forward, gets it out to the 47-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, Everest just comes out in so many multiple different formations. Right there, they had twins to the far side, single here to the near. Really tried to spread you out, and then they just come right up the gut. So they're coming up with multiple formations that the Huskies have to adjust to.
Gain of 4 for Enzenroth. Bring up a 2nd and 6. They'll split out Edwards wide to the right.
Comes that inside ISO.
Bankston barreling forward. Based on that spot, he'll have the first down.
Yeah, good hard run right there by Bankston. There wasn't much there. It was pretty bottled up, but he found a little seam, kept those legs moving, and he got the first down.
So the Evergreens, just as they did on their first drive, able to move it into Eau Claire North territory. We're under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Kind of expected a fast-moving game the way both of these teams like to run the football. Ball right through the hands, but it takes a good bounce for the quarterback, Rohde. Gets it out to Fuchs.
Yeah,
but that one will lose yardage.
Yeah, by the time he got it back, I mean, it was designed to be a bubble screen out there, a little quick one, but by the time he regathered and set, the receiver was stuck just standing there, and good job by the Huskies closing up on that one for a 4-yard loss. To be honest, I'm a little surprised they went with the throw right there. Again, so much success on the ground, and yet they kind of get away from that and try to put something in the air.
Enzenroth on the carry. Burst through a seam, still going. And he's about a half yard short of a first down.
Yeah, you're right. Just a yard shy, but you know, there again, they stick with the run game, and it picks up 13 right there.
Both Enzenroth and Andrew Bankston really hit the hole hard.
Yeah, you've also got to give those big boys up front some credit. They're creating some holes for those guys.
3rd and 1, Evergreens. Enzenroth hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it still picks up 3.
It still gets the first down. Barrick Woolley had Enzenroth by the lower legs. Was able to hang on, but Enzenroth pushed forward enough. So first down, Evergreens. They're at the North 34.
Let's see if Everest stays a little bit more patient and keeps it on the ground rather than trying to go up top here.
We'll give it to Enzenroth. Enzenroth spins his way forward. It's another first down for DC Everest as the first quarter comes to a close. We are scoreless, but the Evergreens are driving. You are watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Capped and ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcasts. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Start of the second quarter, scoreless game. Evergreens driving. That last run was actually Andrew Bankston. Now Corbin Enzenroth back at running back. Those two alternate. And this time they'll throw to the far side. Edwards trying to fight for some additional yardage. He's taken down, but that'll be a first down for DC Everest.
Tough to guard him with that much room out there. They put him to the wide side and let him just kind of float away on the snap. The D-back, of course, went into a back pedal, and he caught the football. He had about 7 yards to operate. That's a tough task right there, so he picks up about 12 and a first down.
So it's a first down for the Evergreens on the Huskies 13. North had a really nice defensive stand on Everest's first drive. They forced a field goal, which was missed. Huskies defense in another tough spot right here. Enzenroth is the running back. High snap. Rhodey pulls it down. Hands to Enzenroth.
Oh,
Patient running. Busted outside. Enzenroth to the pylon for a DC Everest touchdown.
Oh, they had a chance to make the play at about the 10-yard line. He shakes it off. Makes a beautiful run to the corner.
For Enzenroth, that is his 11th touchdown of the season. 10 of those have been rushing TDs.
Well, he just showed you why right there. He's got a nose for the end zone. When he knows it's coming, he gives you that extra effort to break off those tackles and score for the Evergreens.
The old swinging gate formation here for the Evergreens as they take a look at what they want to do. Of course, the kicker, Carson Kempf, is out there. Now they will get Kempf to set up in his normal spot as the kicker. Kicking towards the south goal post. The kick is up, and it is good. 11 minutes to go, second quarter, your score. Evergreen 7, Huskies 0. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time?
I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Do you struggle with brain fog, insomnia, anxiety, or unexplained weight gain? Contact Dana Besson at Balanced Health by Dana to achieve your optimal health. Balanced Health specializes in hormone replacement therapy and medical weight loss programs tailored to your unique needs. Take the first step to feeling your best. Go to balancedhealthbydana.com and call today for a free consultation. Kemp to kick it off for the Evergreens, who lead this one 7-0. Early stages, second quarter. Solberg and Tyson back deep for the Huskies. Good kick by Kemp. Comes down to Solberg at his own 5. Aaron Solberg angling to the near side. It was well defended by the Evergreens. Huskies will take over at their own 23. Sparks, it's only second quarter, fairly early, but I'm kind of thinking this is an important drive coming up here for the Huskies. Because if you're North, the way you want to play is you want to play that ball control style. You want to run the football, occasionally mix in those speedy wide receivers. But if you get down by a couple scores, that is not ideal for North. That's not a place they want to be.
You're exactly right. And again, they can't have these 3 and outs or these quick turnovers like because it's switching the field on them. You know, so right there, they had last possession. They went 3 and out, punted, and Everest started at their own 43, and it's just too short a field for them. So this time, big drive here for the Huskies. It's important.
Handoff inside, and that goes to Gavin Cervantes. He's a junior getting his first carry.
Tell you what, it looks like Everest has gone more to that true man-to-man coverage because their secondary, when they see the handoff, they're coming flying. So they're just reading their guy. It's the key. If their guy's getting the football or he's blocking, they are just flying. They're getting 8-9 into the box on a run play.
You know, and without Friesen and Bean at running back, so depth is a little bit of a concern at that position. Shipman, pressure coming, and Zach Shipman is taken down, but it's going to be a penalty on the Evergreens for a face mask. Jake Reether came in, but came in up a little high with that left arm on the rush as the QB Shipman is trying to duck under that one.
Well, yeah, you're exactly right, though, Brad. A little rough in the passer situation right there.
Yeah, I didn't think it was an intentional thing. It's like he's trying to grab some jersey and get him up like around the shoulder pads, and Shipman realized that rush was coming from the backside. He ducked. But as it is, it's a personal foul penalty.
Yeah,
15 yards.
Yeah, they're going high, right? Because the quarterback's trying to throw the football. So you want to go up there and get that throwing arm, maybe knock it loose, get the fumble. But all of a sudden, Shipman kind of felt that, and like you talked about, he just ducked. And then, of course, it was the unfortunate placement of the hands, and it's 15 yards.
And Cervantes remains at running back for the North Huskies. That's the first time we've called his name in multiple broadcasts this season of the Huskies. Getting a chance to run the football for Eau Claire North. He's got the handoff, and he's dropped right around the 30.
Yeah, interesting. That was a 15-yard penalty, but not an automatic first down. So that was 2nd and 1. Now they lost a yard on that run play, and it's going to make it 3rd and a long 1 or short 2.
Tyson wide right, Solberg slot right. Shipman, the quarterback, trying to go to the hard count.
Got to believe this is Shipman on the carry.
And with that, we get a timeout taken by the North Huskies. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. And no matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. Plenty of other good matchups going on tonight. Eau Claire Memorial on the road at Menominee. A score from Williams Stadium, second quarter. It's the Mustangs leading the Old Abe's 13-0. One other game in the Wisconsin Valley Conference tonight. That's Marshfield at Wisconsin Rapids. That's a game you can see on Zaleski Sports. We'll also have the ball game tomorrow. Stevens Point at Wausau West. Stevens Point and West also 2-1 records along with these North Huskies. Some really big ones in the Big Rivers tonight. Hudson's at River Falls, a Little Brown Jug game. Hudson's unbeaten. River Falls has lost just once. Rice Lake at New Richmond, same story there. Warriors unbeaten. Tigers only one loss so far. 3rd and 2 now for the Huskies. Shipman up the middle on the QB draw. And he'll have the first down out to the 35. Other game in the Big Rivers tonight, Chippewa Falls up at Superior.
Well, typical. When the Huskies need a few yards, they're going to give that ball to Shipman and let him pick his way through the crowd. Did a good job right there.
Cervantes remains at running back for North. They're going to run the reverse. Solberg twisted down as he gets across the 35. Gain of 2. Well defended that time by the Evergreens. That was the linebacker, Max Sari, who didn't get sucked in by that play fake.
Oh, yeah, great job by Max Sari. Like you said, that ball went away. He stayed home, and he could see that far receiver coming back at him. He was ready for that reverse.
2nd and 7 now for the Huskies. Shipman will keep. Zach Shipman into Everest territory. Down to the 44.
Great inside trap block right there by the Huskies. Just freed Shipman as he tucked it and went inside again. But this time he found a big hole.
Line of scrimmage is the Everest 44.
Well, like you said, Brad, we talked about this important drive, right? You've got to sustain a drive. They're doing that now, and if anything, at least they've been able to flip the field. And if they end up having a punt, at least it's going to pin Everest deep. But right now, you're almost into that 4-down territory here for the Huskies.
Best field position of this first half for North. Cervantes remains at running back. Shipman, short drop to the near side. Caught by Aaron Solberg. We'll mark him down at the 39.
Yeah, you'll take that all night if you're the Huskies. If you can get Solberg on that quick 5-yard out, you'll take it.
Yeah, the other thing that does, it forces that D-back up, so Solberg can set him up on that out and up route.
Yeah, or hitch and go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So keep driving off that corner, then come back, and then pretty soon you've got a chance to go.
2nd and 5 Huskies from the Evergreens 39. Cervantes. Little bit of a hole over right tackle. And boy, did that close quick.
That sure did. You're right there. Good job of those linebackers for DC Everest filling.
I can remember a college coach telling the guys one time, Sparks, your eyes are your best visual aid.
That's right.
And the Evergreens linebackers and safeties, boy, they are keeping it. When they see that ball handed off, you pointed this out earlier, when they see that handoff, they are flying to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're using their keys, and that's what the coaches always talk about. Read your keys and just trust it. And Everest is doing that on that run game.
3rd and 5 Huskies. They've got trips to the right. Pressure right up the middle, and Shipman is sacked. Carson Kempf coming on the blitz, untouched. He drops Shipman right around midfield.
Yeah, they went with that blitz like you talked about it, Brattle. They send him and actually run zone behind him. One of the few times tonight where Everest didn't run man. They actually backed out, ran a zone coverage, looking to sit on something and let him just blitz. And what a great play call there.
So, this North drive stalls here in Solberg on to punt, standing at his own 40. Silas Weber back right around his own 10. Solberg just got that one away. Weber takes that one inside his 10. Silas Weber gets across the 25 and is taken down there. Whether you are buying or selling, turn to the Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. They have a pulse on the local real estate market, and they can help you with both existing homes and new builds. They can also assist through each step of the process, making the home buying and selling process simple, not stressful. That is what you get with Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated.
You got to give credit, though, to Aaron Solberg after that punt. He was going for the Academy Award as he was trying to draw the flag on a roughing the kicker, as the DC Everest guys were just standing there kind of talking to him. Down he went, and they were grabbing him like, no, you're not going down. You're not getting that penalty.
1st and 10 Evergreens from their own 30. Bankston taken down after a short gain. Even though the Huskies defense closed well on that one, and Bankston's one of those guys that just falls forward.
Yeah,
He got 3 out of that.
Yeah, I said Brady Andrew there on that tackle. I mean, he did a great job of closing that off. And then, like you said, he made contact, and he still was able to get 2, almost 2.5.
Edwards slot right, Mason Hine wide right. Enzenroth breaks it outside. Enzenroth down the far sideline. Knocked out of bounds at the Husky 44-yard line.
What a great jump cut there in that second level. Almost tackled to make the little jump cut to the outside and then outraces him up the sideline. Big run right there that puts him in Husky territory.
Well, one thing Everest has been able to do, they've kind of controlled the clock in this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Their offense has really been able to move the football and just haven't been able to put more than 1 touchdown on, but they're driving again.
Rhodey.
He's got room.
Breaks it outside. Down the far sideline. Foot race for the pylon. Rhodey knocked out of bounds, but a big run for the sophomore QB, Ty Rhodey.
Down to the 3-yard line. Boy, once he broke through in that secondary, nobody even knew he was gone. Huskies probably playing more like a man coverage because that's when you lose a quarterback. Everybody's getting run off, and all of a sudden he tucks and runs and don't even realize he's taken off until it's too late.
Yeah, more often than not, Sparks, you got somebody on that defense. Their responsibility is read the quarterback, all right? Don't just everybody bail because, boy, he had plenty of running room, then just used his speed and broke it to the outside. And now it's a 1st and goal for the Evergreens. Handoff, Enzenroth. He'll go up the middle for a Evergreens touchdown.
Well blocked up front, untouched into the end zone for the touchdown.
So 2 TD runs by Corbin Enzenroth in this quarter. The Evergreens have stretched their lead to 13-zip. Again, that swinging gate formation. Trying to get the look they like. And they're going to run it up the middle and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Sometimes that's just a shock that you've run that at all. So you really may not even have the numbers, but again, just the fact that you've snapped it and are running it can catch the defense off guard, and they do. They're up 15-0.
So Jake Reether on the carry for the 2-point conversion. 15-0 Evergreens over the Huskies. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Well, that's back at Eau Claire North High School. Huskies trailing at home to the Evergreens at DC Everest 15-0. Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more. For every room, every door, and every window, place your trust in SOS Security. Carson Kempf will kick it off for the Evergreens. North short one player, and they get that guy on the field. Back deep, Aaron Solberg and Nick Tyson. Tyson to the far side. That one's going to come down to Solberg. Right at his own 5, Aaron Solberg. Trying to bounce it outside, taken down just across the 20.
Tell you what, Kemp's kick's not just deep, it is nice and high, so he allows his coverage team to really cover the distance to get down there. This tackle is brought down up to 23, so again, the Huskies start out deep in their own end.
Spargs, in all the years you've been around football, as a player back in the day and then all your years coaching, is that the one area that's leaps and bounds better than it used to be, the kicking game?
You got it. Yeah, I tell you what, the punt game's a little different, so they go a lot more that rugby style now, I guess. But the field goal kicking and the kickoff stuff, boy, what an advantage when you've got a kid that can do that. And it seems like a lot of places are starting to steal their soccer guys. You know, if it's soccer players like, hey, we'll take you over on this side if you'd rather, because they can just seem to thump it.
Huskies try to run the reverse to Solberg. Nothing doing there. Jake Reether playing that one really well. Strung that out, fight off a block, and make a tackle.
You can't play it any better than that, Brad. You said it. Just play off that block. He was with arms extended, controlling that, and then threw him aside, made the play. Excellent play, make it a 2nd and 11.
And Solberg did everything he could to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Great discipline by that Everest defense, though, right? Tried to run a couple of different looks, reverses and counters and stuff, and they're just staying home.
Key drive for the Huskies here. Under 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go before halftime. The clock is moving, but you're down 15-0. If you give the ball back, that gives Everest the next 2 possessions, because Everest
and look out
will get the second half kick, and that play going in reverse. Zach Shipman had nowhere to throw. He had nowhere to run.
Yeah, he's just not getting the time back in the pocket to sit and scan at all. He needs to be able to get back, plant, and let it go. That pressure from the DC Everest front is just too quick.
And a good timeout taken by Everest as they stop the clock. 3rd and 18, Huskies from their own 15. HS Fence specializes in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. They have been providing commercial and residential fencing to the people of Wisconsin for the past 18 years. Contact them today in Fall Creek or at hsfencewi.com. And call the Dahlman Insurance Agency today for home, auto, and business coverage from Partners Mutual Insurance Company. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service. Well, Spargs, where do you go?
Danger zone.
How deep you go into the playbook here?
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 18.
Yeah, obviously you're going to look for Solberg. If you can get him in a matchup you'd like to use him again. But you are really in trouble now. You got 3rd and what do they got? 16, 18. So 3rd and 18. The problem is you throw an incomplete pass here, the clock stops. You're punting it back to Everest, and they'll probably get it about midfield. If they score right before half, they also start with it the second half. So they could double up right there, and that's going to cause a lot of problems for the Huskies. So Huskies just looking, if anything, to get some of this yardage back.
The running back, Brody Heinbuch. Snap to the QB, Zach Shipman. He is under duress, and Shipman taken down inside the 5.
He couldn't even get rid of it out of the sideline. Just a great job again by that Everest defense.
That's Nathaniel Briggs, the linebacker, coming on the blitz. And a timeout taken by the Evergreens.
Absolutely. They want to save as much clock as they can. At 2:58, they're going to get the ball back.
Security Financial Bank, SFB, whether you are starting a business, buying your first home, or saving for college, SFB has the bankers who believe in you. Learn more today at sfbank.com, member FDIC. Scored a pass along that Little Brown Jug game over in River Falls as the home team, the Wildcats, getting a field goal in the second quarter to take a 10-7 lead over the Hudson Raiders. Raiders coming in unbeaten. And another touchdown for the Menominee Mustangs. They have stretched that lead out to 27-0 over Eau Claire Memorial. And Sparks, you and I were both on the sidelines the last time Eau Claire Memorial beat Menominee in high school football. We remember that one.
Oh, jeez.
1990, one of the best high school games I think I've ever seen.
And it's hard to even remember a bigger crowd than that one at Carson Park. They estimated that one at over 5,000 people packing that place.
Oh, that was a great game. That was fantastic. So now Aaron Solberg's going to have to punt this one out of his own end zone. And the returner, Silas Weber, standing at the Huskies 44. And Weber takes that one at the 45.
He's got room.
Straight down the numbers. Weber taken down inside the 5. Things have gone from bad to worse for the North Huskies.
What a great job by that Everest special teams, though. Great job of blocking. They had that all set up. All you had to do is make one cut, found a seam, and he takes it all the way down to the 5 or 4 yard line right here. Wow, what a return.
Took it at the 45, returned it to the 4. So now that North defense really needing something here.
Yeah, you'd be happy if you could settle them down for just a field goal. So they are going to be tough here in this short yardage goal line situation.
The running back is Bankston.
Here comes all that power eye to the right. And here it comes.
Up the middle, Bankston pushing forward.
Just short.
And they'll mark him down inside the 1.
Everest's going to go hurry up here, probably run that same thing. Going to go to the left side.
Rhodey under center, bobbled the snap.
Oh, let's see if he gets it back or not.
The Huskies have it.
Wow, what a break for the Huskies.
Snap went off the hands of the quarterback, Ty Rhodey. It was loose in the end zone, and the Huskies got on top of it. Now the question is, where did the recovery take place?
Yeah, that's the discussion. Was it in the end zone or come out to the 20, or is it at the 1? Boy, Everest got a little fancy there. I think they tried to go a little hurry up and sneak it in and just kind of hurt themselves in that situation. Instead of just taking the snap and handing it off to the running back and letting them drive it in, they tried to go that quick sneak and just too quick.
Now the officials are going to go over to the Everest sideline and explain things to head coach Braden Mitchell.
Looks like it's coming out to the 20.
Yeah, based on what I saw, Sparks, and I did have the binoculars out. So, yeah, it looked like the ball hit the hands of Rhodey, the quarterback, bounced forward into the end zone, and you could see somebody in a blue jersey get on top of it.
Wow, you talk about needing something to happen. There it was. I mean, the Huskies could easily be down 22-0 right now, but instead they've got the ball back with 2:18 to play, and maybe they get a chance to go down and put some points on.
Huskies have 2 timeouts left. In motion, Tyson. Shipman will keep it.
It goes nowhere.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Now the situation is Everest used 2 timeouts their last time on defense, and so they've only got 1 remaining. So the Huskies will probably take their time now and run that clock to hopefully get out of the half down just 15-0.
I thought maybe after that first down play for North that Everest would use that timeout. They did spot the ball and give Shipman a 1-yard gain. But if you get a couple, at least one more stop, well, you're giving yourself a chance, although now the clock running again. Shipman back to pass, throws deep over the middle, incomplete.
Well, now you don't have to use that timeout because you got the incomplete pass. So now you talk about it. 3rd and 9, no matter what happens here, if they run it or complete a pass short of the first, Everest will use it so they can get the ball back before half.
Huskies trying to take a shot there, but as soon as Shipman picked out Tyson as his intended receiver and threw that over the middle, boy, those safeties flowed right to the ball. At the end, you look down and you see that Solberg was open. Well, that's just because that coverage rolled to that middle of the field.
Yeah, once they realized where the ball was going, you're right. They're going to leave and go. So, timeout Huskies here to talk about it on 3rd and 9.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the Huskies decide to do here. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service.
Interesting call here on 3rd and 9. I could see Shipman doing a draw, or if you've got some sort of a screen game in your offense, a screen might be really effective if you can get those linemen out there to block. Because if they're in that man-to-man like that, all you got to do is just get that block of the guy who's supposed to be covering the receiver, and you could spring one. So we'll see what the Huskies come with here. Again, a couple of easier plays that draw or screen so you keep the ball in play so that if Everest has to use a timeout, you burn them all up. But we'll see what we come here, 3rd and 9.
Heinbuch is the running back. Shipman will throw. Here comes pressure, and down he goes again.
Yeah, again, he just doesn't have time. You can see the receivers. They're all running 20 to 15 to 20 yards downfield. They don't have time to throw that. He just does not have time to sit and wait for that. They've got to come back. They've got to stay within that 8 to 10 yard in, hook, crossing routes or something so he can get it out of his hands. Now timeout Everest when they'll have a minute and 23 here.
Well, and remember the last time North had to punt out of its own end zone, Weber took it back to the 4.
Yeah, exactly. They had set that beautiful return up, and they're going to be setting that position again here. I'm sure Shipman's going to work hard at keeping the ball away from him. Probably come back with that rugby style and aim for the sideline.
Yeah, Weber, the returner, is standing between the hash marks. And he's the only one back deep for the Evergreens. So, yeah, I'm with you here, Sparks. I think Solberg's goal is to try to kick that away, and now we've got another timeout.
I thought that's what that was because the clock wasn't running on the quarterback sack. So that was interesting. But, again, when we come back to this, Everest, could they go for the block? They go for the block, or, like we talked about, set up that good return again.
Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now taking new patients at their Marshfield office, and they accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they are changing lives one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. Yeah, I think just based on what Weber has shown as a returner, I think you can say, hey, yeah, let's go punt block here. And if he gets it away, so be it. We trust Weber to make a good decision back as the return guy.
Yeah, the hard call is you just don't want roughing the kicker because obviously you're going to get great field position out of this. So if your guys are smart enough to go after it and just not rough the kicker, you'll take that opportunity. It looks like they're set, though, for a return again.
Ooh, they almost got that one. Weber is going to take that one at his 40, or at the Huskies' 40. Weber bounces it to the outside. Weber knocked out of bounds with a minute 12 left. So plenty of time for the Evergreens. Remember, they will get the kick to start the second half.
Yeah, they're just looking to put any points on here before the half because, again, they get the ball second half so they can double up. But, Boy, they're down here with plenty of time, really, 1:12 and no timeouts. Really not an issue. You can do a hurry up right here. The clock stops on first down. And let's not forget, they've got old Mr. Xavier Edwards out there, and he's tough to handle in a one-on-one.
Yeah, that in a jump ball situation, you like your chances with number 1, Xavier Edwards. Rhodey, he's under pressure, throws that one to the far sideline. That ball kind of hung up there, intended for Bankston.
Yeah, I don't know if that was an intended rollout or if he simply got happy feet and came out of the pocket, because he sure didn't sit in there long. And a good job by that defensive end for the Huskies to keep him in the pocket, make him throw it away.
Evergreens will put trips to the left, and that's Bankston in the slot left. Edwards on the near side. Pressure
Screen.
coming. Here's the screen. They have got Enzenroth. Enzenroth fighting for yardage, taken down right at the 15.
Boy, you got a number there, Brado? Who made that play over there? Is that Tyson, I think? He did that was set up. That screen was there to run it into the end zone. And I think it was Tyson did a great job of getting around the block and making a play. Otherwise, that's 6 points.
It's a gain of 5. 3rd and 5 from the 15. This time Edwards split out wide left. Rhodey on the delay. Enzenroth down to the 10.
Is it enough for the first? It is enough for a first down. So the clock stops to move the chains.
Nick Loken on the tackle for the Huskies.
And it's rolling, and we're down to 20 seconds. Everest running out of time here.
Rhodey sets, throws.
Got him.
And it's caught. Xavier Edwards.
Good patience.
Touchdown.
Good patience by Rhodey there. 2 receiver route right there. You had the one inside guy going shallow. Xavier Edwards, of course, the guy you're going to look for. He did that deeper out right there, and he threw it up there to him. Great location, good patience, and they score with just 8 seconds left in the half.
Well, they were knocking on the door on their previous drive, wound up fumbling into the end zone. But this time they take advantage of field position, and Rhodey put that ball to the outside, and I kind of like what Edwards did there. He kind of did the old box out, like the basketball box out, just created some space for himself and just hauled it in.
Yeah,
he's able to ward off the D-back.
Exactly. We talk about how big he is, 6'3", 185. You're right. He used his body to keep the defender at bay and snags it and brings it in for 6.
So here's Kemp on for the PAT. His kick is up, and it is good. 22-0 is your score with 8 seconds remaining in the second quarter. We will keep it right here. And Sparks, stating the incredibly obvious here, Huskies need a big spark somehow. They need something to go their way.
Yeah, the second half, it'll be key. We talked about Everest getting the football. North has to come out and shut them down. They have to, get a 3 and out or something quick, right? You can't let them just drive it down the field. So they'll have to come out here the second half and get a good stand, make Everest punt it so maybe they can flip the field and get a short field to score.
We were talking before the game, Sparks, and talking about what was key for each team. And one of the things that I'd said to you is that, either team, you don't want to get down a couple scores because then that's going to force you out of your game plan. And I think the Huskies are at that point. I'm not saying they're going to abandon the run altogether, but I think what they've learned is, all right, it's hard to run wide on Everest. I think maybe some quick hitters in the pass game to kind of just kind of move the chains and get something positive going and get the ball to your playmakers. Get the ball in the hands of Solberg and Tyson.
Yeah, if you were to look at both teams, what their game plans or what their point of emphasis would be, they're exactly the same. There's no difference in what they're trying to accomplish. Everest has just been better at it. They want to get the ball to their playmakers. They want to move the football with the run. And again, North has struggled. Everest has been successful.
Here is Solberg trying to use his speed. Aaron Solberg is doing just that across the 40, but time has expired here in the second quarter. And a big second quarter for DC Everest as they put up 22 points, and they have got the lead at the half. 0 showing on the clock.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a discussion about putting one back on, or was there a flag?
Not seeing a flag on the field. And that's going to do it. Well, hold on.
Yeah, we can't get ahead of ourselves until we get the final word.
Now Everest is going to head to the dressing room, and now the North Huskies will do that as well. Sparks, what an impressive second quarter. Remember, it was 0-0 after one, but Corbin Enzenroth, 13-yard TD run, an Enzenroth TD run of 2 points, or 2 yards, and then a 2-point conversion by Reether. And then with 8 seconds to go, Ty Rohde connecting with Xavier Edwards on a 10-yard touchdown pass. The PAT by Camp, 22-0. And remember, Evergreens get the kick coming out of halftime.
Yeah, you could just feel that momentum switch, and you could just see that Everest was getting in rhythm. Everything they were doing was on time and in rhythm, not having any penalties. The only time they didn't score is when they hurt themselves. You know, they had a chance way down inside in the goal line area there, and then all of a sudden, was it a bad snap or whatever it was in that first drive that sent them back and put them out of position there, and they tried that long field, which they missed. But other than that, it has been steady, even, good play calls, good job of execution, and they just moved the football down the field and have scored. And again, even the one other one was fumbled into the end zone after that drive. So, again, the biggest point of emphasis first half was where Everest always started with the football, right? They had great field position every time they go. North had to go the full length of the field. So a huge thing that they've got to flip. North has to flip the second half.
We will take a break. When Dave Sparger and I return, we'll go through first half stats, get you updated on some other games, and get you set for half number 2. At the break, DC Everest 22, Eau Claire North 0. You are watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, and welcome to Balanced Health by Dana. My name is Dana Besson, nurse practitioner for over 18 years, and I am here to help you achieve optimal health. Do you struggle with anxiety, unexplained weight gain, brain fog, joint aches or pains? I specialize in bioidentical hormone replacement therapy to help restore balance and achieve your overall well-being. Call or text me today. I offer free consultations. I offer in-person visits as well as virtual visits from wherever you are. Take the first step to feeling your best and call me today.
Your business security not so secure? It's time to send an SOS to SOS Security in Eau Claire. With SOS's total business control system, you can lock doors, turn off lights, control thermostats, and more, all from the convenience of your smartphone. Contact us today and we'll design and install a custom business automation system for you. We'll even give you $100 off a new or upgraded system. From concept to completion, your business is secure with SOS Security.
To the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Be ready for your season with Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Play It Again Sports is just down the road, south of the 5393 intersection in Eau Claire. Just tell them you saw this commercial on Zaleski Sports and get $5 off any $50 order and $10 when you spend $100. Play It Again Sports, buy, sell, trade, and be ready for your season.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
Be a part of a Marshfield tradition at Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Start each morning with a potato or buttermilk pancake breakfast and shop over 125 handmade arts and craft vendors. Also, make sure to check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court with maple specialties, beer garden, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Meryl. Don't miss the 33rd Annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Learn more at visitmarshfield.com and follow us on Facebook.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
And welcome to Balanced Health by Dana. My name is Dana Besson, nurse practitioner for over 18 years, and I am here to help you achieve optimal health. Do you struggle with anxiety, unexplained weight gain, brain fog, joint aches or pains? I specialize in bioidentical hormone replacement therapy to help restore balance and achieve your overall well-being. Call or text me today. I offer free consultations. I offer in-person visits as well as virtual visits from wherever you are. Take the first step to feeling your best and call me today.
Your business security not so secure? It's time to send an SOS to SOS Security in Eau Claire. With SOS's total business control system, you can lock doors, turn off lights, control thermostats, and more, all from the convenience of your smartphone. Contact us today and we'll design and install a custom business automation system for you. We'll even give you $100 off a new or upgraded system. From concept to completion, your business is secure with SOS Security.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Be ready for your season with Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Play It Again Sports is just down the road, south of the 5393 intersection in Eau Claire. Just tell them you saw this commercial on Zaleski Sports and get $5 off any $50 order and $10 when you spend $100. Play It Again Sports, buy, sell, trade, and be ready for your season.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
Be a part of a Marshfield tradition at Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Start each morning with a potato or buttermilk pancake breakfast and shop over 125 handmade arts and craft vendors. Also, make sure to check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court with maple specialties, beer garden, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Meryl. Don't miss the 33rd Annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Learn more at visitmarshfield.com and follow us on Facebook.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, And that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Welcome back to Eau Claire North High School. We had a really nice halftime ceremony. Husky Hall of Fame for athletics. And a huge crowd here, Sparks. This home sideline and the bleachers completely packed. And you got people around the fence line all the way around. This is, boy, what a nice atmosphere tonight.
It's just been a great atmosphere, great weather to cooperate with all this that was going on today for at the North High School. It's just, like you talked about, what a great facility, what a great atmosphere tonight. The fans are coming out to watch this football team. You know, they bring a lot of excitement to the field. They've had a lot of close games, and they're getting the following.
This game tonight was close through one quarter. It was 0-0. But in the second quarter, that DC Everest run game got going. And once they get it started, they are really difficult to slow down. You got a 13-yard TD run from Corbin Enzenroth. Carson Kemp kicked the PAT to make it 7-0. That coming with 11 minutes remaining in the second. Then with 4:28 remaining, Enzenroth, a 2-yard TD run. Evergreens went for 2 and got it to make it 15-0. And then in the final seconds, 0.08 on the clock to be exact, it was Ty Rohde, the QB, connecting with Xavier Edwards on a 10-yard touchdown toss. Kemp kicked the PAT. So that's where we stand, 22-0. And it's the Evergreens that'll receive the kick here to start the second half. For North to have any hope in this one, Sparks, what do the Huskies have to do?
Well, first off, they've got to get a stop, right? That first possession, hopefully they get a 3-and-out, because then they can flip that field position. The whole first half, it just seemed like every time you looked up and the Huskies had the football, they were starting at their own 20 or 25-yard line. So they obviously want to just try to get a better field position to start their drives. But again, they might have to just really load up the box. You've got to force DC Everest out of that run game. They're just so efficient with it. Inside, outside, those linemen pull so well, getting those blocks. So again, the big key, you've got to start maybe loading up the box and stopping that run.
And offensively for North, I think the deep passes that have worked at times this year, they're not working tonight. This is reminiscent of that game a couple weeks ago when New Richmond came here and put all kinds of pressure on the Husky quarterback, Zach Shipman. Shipman's had no time to pass, been sacked multiple times. If you look at stats from the first half, Sparks, Shipman's carried the ball 11 times. He's got 10 yards.
Yeah, all those sacks obviously go against that. And you're right, anytime North's getting in that situation of 3rd and 5 or longer, Everest just goes man coverage and they blitz. They're going to send the house to come after you. So any route that's longer than 5 or 7 yards, he doesn't have time to set his feet and throw it. So you talked about it's got to be quick routes. It's got to get back 1, 2, 3 and let it go. So those 7-yard outs, those 5-yard in cuts, just something to get it out of his hands quick. We saw a couple over here to Solberg. He ran a couple of quick outs here to Solberg and they were successful. Picked up 5. Coverage was off. He got it out of his hands. So I think they need to go back to more of those quick stuff.
Shipman is 2 of 5 passing for a total of 16 yards. Both of those completions to Aaron Solberg. Now on the other side, Corbin Enzenroth, 10 carries, 96 yards. That's a darn good percentage right there, Sparks. 9.6 per carry. That's getting it done. And then Andrew Bankston, the sophomore, 6 carries, 49 yards. So in terms of yards per carry, he's right there as well.
Yeah, as a team, you average 9 yards a carry. You're going to win a lot of football games.
So Aaron Solberg will kick off for the Huskies, who trail this one 22-0. The third quarter is underway, and that ball's going to skip into the end zone. That worked out well from the North perspective, so Evergreens will take over at their own 20-yard line. Third quarter action from Menominee. The hometown Mustangs leading Eau Claire Memorial 28-0. Wisconsin Rapids is at home tonight looking for its first win of the year, and the Raiders lead Marshfield 13-8. That one in the third quarter. At the half, Hudson leading at River Falls 14-10. Chippewa Falls up in Superior tonight, and the Cardinals lead this one by a score of 27-0. One more Menominee touchdown, and it's 35-0 in favor of the Mustangs over at Williams Stadium in Menominee. Opening series, second half. Evergreens with the football. Little swing route out of the backfield. Colin Fuchs going to be dropped for a short loss.
Yeah, nothing there as the Huskies were playing a zone defense right there in the secondary, so they had that corner just squat and sit right there. An easy tackle.
And we touched on this in the first half, Sparks. I think Everest every once in a while will pull something out of the pass game just to show it to you, just to make you respect that.
Yeah, a little bit, and then also they obviously want to keep Xavier Edwards involved.
Enzenroth on the carry, angling to the left.
Ooh, just gets tripped up.
He had a little bit of a seam. Enzenroth really good at making that first cut. He took the handoff, got really nice vision, just saw where the blocking was developed, and then just kind of angled it off to the left side. And as you said, he almost popped a big one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here what Everest comes with here. If they want to go like an inside counter, they've been successful with it, or if they actually try to put it up in the air.
3rd and 7 from their own 23.
Bad
it's a high snap. And the Evergreens will have to cover it. Boy, Ty Rohde got on that one inside his own 5, and it's a good thing he did for Everest, because otherwise if that thing's loose in the end zone, that might be a touchdown for the North Huskies.
Yeah, it's going to be down at the 2-yard line. Now Everest will have to punt, but hey, North got the stop. We talked about what did they have to do to start this second half. They had to have something positive, something to turn the tide, get momentum back, and they just got it. So that bad snap creates a 4th down and the punting out of their own end zone. Huskies should have great field position.
Kalen English is the punter, standing in the shadow of his own goalpost. Caden English kicks that one away. And that one's going to take a sideways hop, and it's down right around the 35. So Eau Claire North Huskies will begin their first drive of the second half. Best field position they've had all game.
Oh, by a long shot, right? Yeah, you're down at the 36. You're already in 4-down territory because you're down 3 scores. So great opportunity here for the Huskies to kind of climb back into this thing.
They'll spot the ball at the 36. 1st and 10 Huskies. Trailing 22-0, but in good field position for a scoring drive here. Brody Heinbuch is the running back. Zach Shipman the quarterback. Shipman to keep.
He bounces it. Great job on the defense of the Everest.
They do such a good job of stringing that out. Silas Weber from his safety position. Again, great reads by those linebackers and safeties for Everest.
Yeah, you always talk about on defense is playing downhill. Come forward on the snap, come after him. And right there again, great job on the edge to make him bounce it. And then when he bounces it, you're right, the secondary just fills so quick and he loses 3.
2nd and 13 now for the Huskies. Shipman to the air, has time, throws to the far side, caught over there. Solberg on the reception, Asa Martin, the defender on that far side.
Yeah, not a real favorable spot there as he caught it about 2 yards ahead there and then got driven back, so they're going to spot him at the 35. But again, there's the adjustment. How about a quick hitch route right there? It's set up, 1, 2, 3, let it go so you're getting rid of it before the pressure gets to you, and it's a completion.
I would think Sparks, even though Solberg's got a good leg, this is 4-down territory for the Huskies.
Yeah, you're down 3 touchdowns. I don't think a field goal is what they want right now. So 2 plays to pick up 9.
Pressure coming on Solberg. Steps.
Fumble.
The ball is loose.
Oh, I think they're going to call it incomplete pass.
Boy, that one was really close. It appeared that he was just beginning his throwing motion. Everett sideline is saying, that's a fumble. So the officials are going to get together and have a discussion. Big call here. Yep, here he goes, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't think you can change that, too, because obviously they blew the whistle dead. But I'll tell you what, that kind of goes back to the old NFL tuck rule. I really thought he was just trying to tuck it under when he lost control. So a little break right there for the Huskies, but it's 4th down and 9, and they're bringing in the punt team.
Ball spotted on the 35. 4th and 9. And Solberg standing in punt formation right at that large Husky logo right around midfield. Silas Weber back standing inside his own 10.
Good kick, out of bounds.
So Everest will take over with its second offensive possession of this second half. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. 8:17 remaining in the third quarter. Opportunity lost there for the Huskies.
Just going to say that, Brattle. That's a big one there because you made them punt from their own 2-yard line. You had it at the 35. You've got to get points on that. When you're in 4-down territory, you got to make something happen, and they just didn't. You know, they lost yardage and then incomplete pass or a short pass, and it just didn't work out for them. So, yeah, now they got to come up with another defensive stand, and it's been difficult with this Everest offense.
Everest with that full house backfield look, and it's Rohde on the rollout, throwing far side.
Completed.
And caught.
Wow. Tough
Great
pass.
Pitch and catch there. Ty Rohde putting that one on the money to Mason Hine. North had good coverage on that far side.
Yeah, they had great coverage on him. It was the two underneath guys that were wide open. I thought he was just going to check down and give it up to one of those guys on the short route that were running wide open. Instead, he whistles it into a tight window and gets it completed.
First down, Evergreens. How about that for breaking tendencies? Now back to the run game. Enzenroth hauled down. Good pursuit from the backside there by the Huskies. Tice Gorman.
Yeah, Gorman, great job coming off that backside edge. Yep. Track that down.
Gain of 1 for Enzenroth. He's a guy that had 96 yards rushing on 10 carries in the first half. They'll hand it to Xavier Edwards. Edwards has blockers. Taken out of bounds, but it's a first down carry.
And there again, just finding different way to get the football there to Xavier Edwards. If you aren't going to be able to throw it to him, they're just going to run that little pitch reverse and get him some space and let him run. Boy, when you see him run, big dude, 6'3", 185, he just runs so smooth.
A fluid runner, you could call him.
I like that.
Yeah. So Everest has moved it out to its own 38-yard line. Rohde.
Comes that screen.
Screen to far side. Enzenroth fighting his way for a first down. We'll mark him down at the 48 of Everest.
Good job by Everest running that play. They disguise it with everything out of the backfield coming here to the wide side, and they slip it back out to that short side with all the linemen in front of him to block. So good execution right there. Like you said, got a little out of eye candy right there to draw them away from there, and they picked up about 11 or 12 there for another first down, and they're moving again.
You know, remember they're doing this with the backup quarterback in Ty Rohde, who's only a sophomore, but he appears very capable of running this offense. Here's Rohde. Sets. Now he's being chased, throws far side. It's a completion, but Enzenroth was taken, or checked that Bankston, taken out of bounds.
Yeah, for a loss of 1 actually on that. But
and again, just speculating here, but it seems to what Everest is doing is saying, all right, we're up 22-0. We're in a pretty good spot here. So let's kind of get deeper into the playbook and let this quarterback do his thing, gain some experience, because you never know what you're going to need from him down the stretch run of this season. He'll hand it off to Bankston. Bankston's got blockers in front of him. Andrew Bankston takes it down to the 41.
real good patience right there by Bankston. He had that sweep coming around the edge here, and you could actually see him slow down to settle in behind his blockers. Let the big boys run in front of you and create a hole for you. He picked up 11 to 12, almost fumbled it, but he was able to keep it tucked in there, so another first down.
Clock continues to move. We're under 6 minutes to go, third quarter. We'll put Edwards in the slot left. Bankston remains at running back. He gets the carry. Straight up the middle goes Bankston.
Looks like he picked up another 10 there.
We'll mark him down at the 31 to bring up a second. Well, I thought it was going to be second and short, but they kept moving that down marker, so it's a first down for the Evergreens, and they've moved this down to the Huskies' 31.
Again, Enzenroth keeping up with that yards per carry average. Rips off 10 as he's been averaging over 9 to 10 all game.
Hine will go out wide left. Edwards slot left. Rhodey looking towards the left side. Throws deep. He's got Edwards who makes the adjustment, makes the catch inside the 10.
Boy, he set that up. He ran the out route and went out and then up, and he was wide open. Tell you what, if Rhodey can get it out far enough, he's going to walk into the end zone, but just didn't have the arm strength to get it down to where he wanted to. So Xavier Edwards makes the adjustment and catches it at about the 9-yard line.
So once again, the Huskies defense looking to make a stand. They are able to get one in the second quarter when a fumbled snap went into the end zone and the Huskies got on top of it. Enzenroth is the running back. He gets the handoff. Trying to bounce it to the outside.
Wow.
Enzenroth into the end zone for an Everest touchdown.
Well, that was his most impressive run of the night. He was stoned at the 9-yard line. Didn't look like he had any room to get through. And he shakes off 2 or 3 tackles and uses his speed to get to the corner.
Enzenroth, his third TD run of the football game, and that touchdown makes it 28-0 in favor of DC Everest. On for the PAT, it's Carson Kempf. Snap is down, kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. 5:06 remaining. Third quarter, your score, DC Everest 29, Eau Claire North 0. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Back at Eau Claire North High School, hometown Huskies in a hole. Down 29-0 to DC Everest. This is a game that was 0-0 after one. Corbin Enzenroth, 3 touchdown carries tonight for DC Everest. Score from the Big Rivers, back and forth they go at Raymer Field and River Falls. A Hudson touchdown puts the Raiders up 21-17, and that kick into the end zone. Sparks, you talked about the kicking of Carson Kempf and just how well he does kicking off the ball, sending it deep, be able to get some height on it. That one carried into the end zone as we get a little bit of a breeze now blowing.
Yeah, all of his kicks have been inside the 5. That's the first one that went into the end zone, but just the leg strength and the height he gets on it. I mean, every time North gets a chance to even return it, it's been inside the 25-yard line. This one goes into the end zone. Now they're going to start their own 20. Just what a great weapon to have.
Huskies in this 2-game win streak have gotten some chunk plays. They really haven't had that tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been able to either find Solberg for the big one or find the back to bust one, or even Shipman been able to bust something long, and they've just been stymied. And now they're going to get a penalty to start them back even farther. It'll be 1st and 15.
Remember, this is an Everest program that finished 10-3 overall last year. They won the Wisconsin Valley with a 7-0 record, so they ran the table in conference. Despite that, they were a relatively low seed in the playoffs. All they did is go on the road and win 3 games. They knocked off Hudson, and in the third round, they went down to Wanakee and won. That doesn't happen a whole lot.
That was impressive. You aren't kidding. What a program Wanakee has, and to be that third level and go down to their field and knock them off. They did have a tremendous season. And this year was kind of the unknown. A lot of new faces had to fill roster spots, and they started out losing their first 2 games. But since then, they have really come on and are really starting to play that high level of football.
Handoff Heinbuch. That's his best run of the game. Gets some of that penalty yardage back. Takes it out past the 20.
Yeah, pick up of
out
6.
To the 21.
Yeah. I think it's 2nd and 9.
Heinbuch is one of those guys. He's not big, but boy, he moves the feet, and he's got a little shimmy to his game, and he runs hard. Just tonight, there just hasn't been a lot of room.
Yeah, he's been bottled up with this defensive front here with DC Everest, but he had a great game against Memorial last weekend.
Gain is 6 for Heinbuch. He'll carry again. Heinbuch.
There he goes.
Breaks free. Into Evergreen's territory. Hauled down after a big gainer. Well, that's the chunk play that the Huskies needed.
Yeah, you called it. Nothing tonight. It's been real quiet, and then all of a sudden, there he goes. Gets great blocking up front. Uses that speed that you were talking about, and he busts a long one. Gets him down to the 35-yard line of the Evergreens. Huskies are going to go hurry up here.
Shipman, designed run for the quarterback. Shipman inside the 35. Silas Weber stringing that one out and making a sure-handed tackle.
So tough against this defense to go east-west. Every time they try to string something out, Everest just keeps stringing it to the sideline and does a great job inside out closing on that.
Give Shipman a gain of 2. Second time this half, the Huskies have driven fairly deep into Evergreen's territory. Cervantes yanked back. We'll see if he got to the line of scrimmage. He did not.
Well, great defensive call right there. They called a run blitz, and they had everything all messed up inside, had penetration. Huskies trying to run a trap scheme inside. It just got blown up.
Shipman and the Huskies looking to the sideline. Play being signaled in.
Again, you've got 2 downs. You don't necessarily have to throw this if you can try to sneak a little run play inside here.
Now the Huskies will take a timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as well. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports. Our score here is DC Everest 29, Eau Claire North 0, but the Huskies driving here with 2:58 remaining in the third quarter. Also in the third, River Falls and Hudson. Boy, they're putting on a show over at Raymer Field. The Wildcats have retaken the lead. It's now 24-21, River Falls over Hudson.
Well, going back to this 3rd and 10, again, you've got 2 plays here to pick up 10 yards, so it does not necessarily mean you have to go to the air. If you want to try to run a little quarterback draw, something here, you could. Here comes the pressure.
Shipman throws near side. Solberg has it. Solberg fighting for yardage, taken down at the 24, and it's a first down for North.
Good call right there, right? You got Solberg on the single side here, one-on-one. He hooks it up at about 7, makes the catch, and he's a tough enough runner to pick up that first down. You've got to take it. If that's there, you just have to take it.
So the Huskies have it from the Evergreens 24. Heinbuck on the carry. Heinbuck inside the 15.
Well, that's that inside trap again. Great job of blocking. Wall it down, kick him out, and he finds that hole again. Huskies are looking for like a horse collar call there. The guy behind grabbed his jersey and then pulled him, but I don't think it was up around. I think it's just the back of the jersey. Coach McGinnis used the timeout to talk to him about this.
We'll keep it here. Yeah, I think I saw it, Sparks. I wasn't sure if he had him up around the neck hole or if he got it from the back of the jersey.
That's just what the umpire is telling him. He's saying, listen, he did grab his jersey from behind, but it was literally in the back of his jersey. It wasn't up high. So he just showed us by the motion of where we grabbed there that, he saw him as more of a true middle of the back grab on the jersey, not something up high. So that's why the flag didn't go.
Regardless of how this game turns out for the Husky Sparks, I think this is important for the North psyche, okay? Thought they came into this game with high hopes. It hasn't really turned out their way, but I think, even if they lose this one, they can still kind of battle their way and finish with a solid record and give themselves a chance. North has not been to the playoffs since 1998. Shipman. Incomplete and nearly picked off. Jake Reether got a mitt on that one. He's disappointed. He wanted the pick.
I guess, you've called his name several times tonight. Trying to pick up at who he was trying to reach as he's dragging across. I'm not sure if that was Kane's number 6. But, tough to read these numbers for me. But, you had a guy out there actually in the flat open, but it got knocked down.
So it's 3rd and less than a yard for the Huskies. Shipman will carry.
He should get it.
Push back, but they'll give him forward progress down to the 14. So the sticks will move. First down, Huskies.
Yeah, Brad, you mentioned that. We're getting late here in the 3rd, and you're down 29. Right now it's about getting execution. You want some better execution out of your team. You want them to be able to finish this drive and get some points on the board. And again, continue that momentum here for the 4th quarter.
Shipman trying to get to the 10, but he got stood up and pushed back. They'll give him forward progress down to the 12.
Well, Silas Weber, heat-seeking missile out of that safety spot. Closed that one up in a hurry for just a short gain of about 2.
Yeah, that's a good description on Weber. He's been all over.
Yeah, he's just been kind of free to run. Again, they play a lot of that man sequence, and boy, he just starts reading the ball and he just flows and comes.
So the Huskies have used 2 timeouts this half. They have 1 remaining. On the pitch, down the sideline, into the end zone, touchdown! Touchdown, Huskies!
Nice little play call there to the short side of the field. First time Everest was caught looking in the backfield and flowing too quick.
So Aaron Solberg on the touchdown run to get the Huskies on the board with 1:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Well, just like DC Everest likes to get their football to Xavier Edwards, the Huskies have got to find ways to Aaron Solberg get his touches, and there they did for 6.
Here's Solberg for the PAT. It's kind of reminiscent of the first half last week when Solberg accounted for all the points.
Yeah.
He had a field goal, a touchdown reception, and a PAT. Boots that PAT in there. And it was a heck of a job by the holder to bring that one down. And now we got a penalty marker thrown.
Yeah, we got a rough on the kicker there. So that'll be 15 on the kickoff, I do believe. Yeah, Solberg put it through and then got run into.
All right, we'll take a 30-second timeout. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
We are back at Eau Claire North High School. North Huskies on the board. They trail 29-7, but they took advantage of some good field position and got a 14-yard run on the reverse by Aaron Solberg, and then Solberg booted the PAT. And on that PAT attempt, it was a high snap, the rush game, but Everest was flagged for roughing the kicker. So, because of the 15-yard penalty, Solberg will get to kick off from the Everest 45-yard line. So Sparks, this puts any number of things in play here for the Huskies, and looks like the Evergreens are thinking along right with you as they've got 9 guys stationed between their own 30 and the 35.
Yeah, a great opportunity here for the Huskies. Go ahead and try that onside kick. Or, like you talked about, a pooch it over that second line.
And Solberg will kick it into the end zone. So the Evergreens will start from their own 20, minute 9 remaining here in the third quarter. Next week, North will make the trek to Stevens Point. Spargs, you and I will be back at Eau Claire Memorial, and the Old Abes will host Wisconsin Rapids.
And I do believe that's Memorial's homecoming.
Yeah, and that was a matchup that the Old Abes won last season. Late in the third quarter, River Falls has opened up a 31-21 lead over Hudson. Hudson came into that matchup unbeaten. River Falls had just one loss. Here the Evergreens will hand it to Bankston. Fighting his way for extra yardage, Bankston brings it out to the 26.
Yeah, you'd think here now the key with the Evergreens is to keep it on the ground and move the chains, right? Keep working on that clock as we're down to just 45 seconds left here in the third.
This very likely will be the final play of the third quarter. Brody rolling. Now he's going to run it. Brody chopped down right around the 30. Based on that spot, he might be inches short.
I think they're going to give it to him. Just enough. Well, if it's touching the 30, it's a first down.
Yeah.
There it is. Took him a while, but yeah.
I always go by the down marker, and originally the guy was setting up behind that far stick, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, nope, here we go. And with that, time has expired in the third quarter. Your score, DC Everest 29, Eau Claire North 7. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service, and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
And we are back here at Eau Claire North High School. Start of the fourth quarter. DC Everest Evergreens 29, Eau Claire North Huskies 7. It was a 22-0 margin at halftime. Each team with a touchdown and a PAT in the third. Evergreens will keep it on the ground. And Sparks, I have a feeling I'm going to be saying that a lot here in the fourth quarter.
Well, remember, I just said that in the last play when I said, second down and 5, they're going to keep it on the ground. And sure enough, Rhodey rolls out to throw it. But I was going to go back to that play because, again, Ty Rhodey, just a sophomore, great decision on two things. Not throwing it away and stopping the clock, and two, not forcing a pass in there, right? If it's not there, tuck it and run it. And he did that. So it was a great job by him. Very headsy play, get the first down. And here now, after that play, they're just sitting 2nd and 6.
Tristan Gast now in at running back. He wears number 23. He'll get the handoff and burst through the middle. Tristan Gast taken down in Husky territory.
Well, make your presence felt on the first play. Holy smokes. First touch, a big run. I'll tell you what, though, Brad, we got to give credit where credit's due. You've got the big boys up front for DC Everest. Schwartz, Ferrario, White, Zesh, Augustus, and Plotz has played quite a bit in there, too. Those guys have just opened up holes today.
Yeah, and that goes back. You think of what Everest did last year. Yeah, it was Blake Bankston, putting up the rushing yards. But, hey, I remember even interviewing Bankston after a win at Carson Park last year. He gave a lot of credit to his O-line. He said those guys are doing the dirty work and opening things up. Rhodey back to pass. Throws far side, batted down, incomplete. Huskies played that one well. On the coverage that time, Owen Rupert, the safety, he was thinking pick 6 there.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to go back to what you said earlier about trying to open up the playbook and let Rhodey work on some things, because on a 1st and 10, you'd certainly assume that they were going to run the football and, again, keep working on the clock, but they're just kind of running their offense. They're trying different things and maybe getting them some different looks so that later on in the season, if they really need something, they can go to it.
Gast remains at running back. He gets the handoff. Sweeping the right side. Penalty marker thrown as Gast rumbles ahead for first down yardage, but based on where that flag was thrown, I'm thinking this one is coming back.
Yeah, I got a holding that time. That sweep is a long developing play, so if the Husky can break away from that, he'll draw that holding call.
So that'll back up Everest. Ten minutes, 31 seconds remaining here from North High School. Second and 20. Evergreens from their own 41. On the crossing pattern, Xavier Edwards yanked down, but he gets it all the way down to the North 43 to bring up a 3rd and manageable.
Well, just like North likes to do and put Solberg in that isolation, little one-on-one, same thing there with Edwards. They go trips to the wide side, leave Edwards on the short side, but he's man-to-man coverage basically on that short side. He just runs a little quick slant, catches it and runs it upfield, picks up, 16 on the play?
3rd and 4 for DC Everest. Andrew Bankston is the running back. Rhodey back to pass.
Comes
They
that
set up the screen.
It's got a big room.
And there goes Bankston. Bankston still on his feet. Bankston fighting.
Touchdown.
And it's a touchdown, Everest.
Boy, Everest does a great job setting up that screen to the short side of the field. Again, all the motion going to the wide side with the receivers and the backs, and all they do is slip that H-back out, or shoot that little running back out on the fake handoff. He slips out with his lineman, and boy, the linemen just do a great job getting downfield and getting bodies. He wasn't touched until he was about 20 yards down the field.
That was one. The pressure came, and Rhodey, the QB, did a nice job. He didn't panic with that rush bearing down on him because he knew he had his back, Bankston, there. As soon as he got him the ball, you could see he had a squadron of blockers out in front of him. So now here for the PAT is Carson Kemp. The kick is up, and it is good. 9:40 to go here, fourth quarter. DC Everest 36, Eau Claire North 7. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, and welcome to Balanced Health by Dana. My name is Dana Besson, nurse practitioner for over 18 years, and I am here to help you achieve optimal health. Do you struggle with anxiety, unexplained weight gain, brain fog, joint aches or pains? I specialize in bioidentical hormone replacement therapy to help restore balance and achieve your overall well-being. Call or text me today. I offer free consultations. I offer in-person visits as well as virtual visits from wherever you are. Take the first step to feeling your best and call me today.
36-7 is our score. DC Everest leading Eau Claire North. Everest trying to stay unbeaten in Wisconsin Valley Conference play. They are well on their way. And Spargs, some different names than we saw in this Everest team last year, but it seems like it's kind of a plug-and-play kind of thing.
Yeah.
That everybody does a lot of the same things. Kickoff taken by Solberg, and he's taken down. Great coverage that time. Coming down to make the tackle, Michael Shep.
Yeah, great open field tackle right there. Yeah, going back to Everest, though, you're right. I mean, again, it took them a couple of games to start the season. New guys, new faces. And they had a couple of real close games. They lost to Rice Lake 30-25. And then River Falls puts up 54 on them to beat them 54-21. But since then, I mean, they put 54 up. Nobody's even come close to that against their defense. I mean, they've put up 0, 6, 15, and now tonight just 7. So their defense has really stiffened up since that River Falls game.
Yeah, and remember, as we talked about their postseason run last year, this was a team that just seemed to get better and better with each week back in 24. Now at 25, it's kind of looking like a similar script.
It sure does, doesn't it? Yeah. Again, start the year, new faces, new positions, and kind of struggle just a little bit, get your feet under you, and then all of a sudden get rolling. And they are rolling.
Empty backfield for the quarterback, Zach Shipman. He's got trips to the left, 2 receivers right. Shipman to throw. Quick pass. And a gainer that will get the the Huskies a first down.
But a good adjustment at halftime. We talked about it too. You just don't have time to throw it 10, 15 yards down the field. And now you're seeing the Huskies getting rid of the football. Quick outs to Solberg. Hit the slot receiver right there on just a quick hitter. Again, take the yards they're willing to give you up short and see if you can break one.
Speaking of the old Abes, that game is a final in Menominee. It was the Mustangs defeating the Abes 42-7. Shipman will keep.
Good read on the bounce.
Zach Shipman to midfield, pushed out of bounds after a big gainer. Vander Truax makes the stop for DC Everest. So the clock stops with 9:03 remaining. And we can say what we said on that last Husky drive. I think this is important for North to build some positive things going on here and set things up for the remainder of the season. Again, this has been a much more even second half Here's the second quarter where the game kind of got away from the Huskies. Heinbuch trying to bounce it outside, nowhere to go.
Yeah, they were able to bounce the last one around the short side over here, but nothing doing on that one. Loss of 4 on the play.
Darren Oldham, he's a senior linebacker. Doing a nice job filling that time, dropping Heinbuch behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 5 brings up a 2nd and 15. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Burns the tight end on the left side of the formation. They fake the pitch, the throw over the middle, Burns taken down. They'll mark him down at the 32.
Again, a great play call right there. Fake the quick pitch, forces those linebackers to step up, and then you're going to get that guy down the seam right behind the linebackers. And again, get it out of your hands. So good job by Shipman. The ball fake, and then the good throw.
1st and 10 Huskies. From the Evergreens 32. Shipman throws near side, caught by Solberg. Trying to juke that defensive back on the near side, but Will Hopper played that one well. Got Solberg wrapped up and got him down.
But again, another pickup of 5. Nothing wrong with that on first down. You'll take 5 every time.
And with Solberg, with the speed he has, you got to respect him deep. And you figure that Everest is going to just play this like, hey, we don't want anybody getting over the top on us. We'll give you those 5-yard little hitches or those outs. We don't want to get beat over the top. Quarterback draw, nothing doing.
Braden Vang on the blitz right there. You talk about coming downhill. As soon as that ball was snapped, he had a huge hole just to fly through and make a tackle for a loss of 2.
Vang, they list him as 5'10", 180. He's a sophomore linebacker. If you're 180 as a sophomore, I think you got some growing to do. And again, this is where you're going to mix those, like that number 2 defense in there. Give these guys some varsity reps because that's kind of what keeps your program going strong. Shipman, deep. He's got Solberg incomplete. Just overshot him down the near sideline. Solberg had a step.
Well, again, Solberg with that little hitch. Like we talked about, he kept running the out, run the hitch, and sure enough, he just went streaking right past that D-back who assumed he was going to pull up again. And that time, just enough time for Shipman to get it out of his hands and just missed the touchdown.
And looking at the flag, we had 0 wind when this game started. Now you look at the flag in that far corner there, Sparks. It's blowing. It would be east to west. So in other words, right at the near sideline. So maybe that had something to do with that ball kind of drifting toward the sideline. 4th down Huskies. Shipman in trouble. Again. He's taken down. And the Evergreens will take over. Had a number of hats to the ball, including Logan Lesmiller leading the charge. Lesmiller, defensive tackle and a senior. Yeah. And the Evergreens will take over with just 6 minutes, 33 seconds remaining. And they are well on their way to winning their 4th straight here in conference.
Yeah, great job again up front with the pressure. Again, it has to be a little bit longer route. You've got to be able to go 10 yards for that first down. And, boy, he just does not have time to get that 5-step drop and get it off. Good pressure up front all night again. Everest with the guys up front bringing it, making it life tough for Shipman.
So Rhodey remains at quarterback. Now the running back is Robert Clay. He's a senior. And he'll get the handoff. Taken down after a short gain. Brady Andrew with the stop. So after that carry, Robert Clay checks out.
And Everest is, again, sprinkling some 2s in here on the offense also.
Now the running back Jediah McCrary, he's a sophomore. McCrary finds a crease, still going, taken down in Husky territory, and that's a first down carry for the sophomore Jediah McCrary.
Well, McCrary with good vision. Well, he got into that pile and was able to make a couple of nice little cuts, picked up some good yards and gets the first.
Now Robert Clay back in the backfield for the Evergreens. Clay on the carry. He gets wrapped up and wrestled down. Nicholas Loken with the tackle.
Loken, nice job wrapping him up all by himself. Nice little solo tackle there for just a pickup of 2.
We are under 5 minutes to go here, fourth quarter. Everest leading at 36-7. McCrary back at running back. He'll take the handoff. McCrary straight up the middle, fighting for extra yardage.
Yeah, he fought for the extra yard, but it might have cost him a yard. It might be 3rd and 1 here.
Evan Thurston with the tackle.
We got a Husky down right now.
Evergreens have subbed in a new quarterback. We'll get, he's not listed on the roster. We'll get his name here in a bit, and we'll take a timeout. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Your business security not so secure? It's time to send an SOS to SOS Security in Eau Claire. With SOS's total business control system, you can lock doors, turn off lights, control thermostats, and more, all from the convenience of your smartphone. Contact us today and we'll design and install a custom business automation system for you. We'll even give you $100 off a new or upgraded system. From concept to completion, your business is secure with SOS Security.
DC Everest leading Eau Claire North with 4:31 remaining. The Evergreens have brought in a new QB. It's number 18, John Schmidt. The running back, Jediah McCrary. 3rd and 1 for the Evergreens. McCrary on the carry. He's got room. McCrary to the 20, knocked out of bounds. First down carry for Jediah McCrary, and boy, that just adds more to that rushing total for DC Everest.
Yeah, Elijah Edwards saved the touchdown right there, but you're right. Come back with that little counter back this way, again, well blocked. Boy, that Everest offensive line just does a great job of working up to that second level. You know, they work off double teams to get into those linebackers and then come off, and just great job of blocking, not just the first level, but even to that second level.
And there's some twos up there on that O-line as well. Clay is the running back. Schmidt throws to the far side, incomplete.
We got a flag behind here. There'll be a holding here on offensive lineman.
O'Shea Johnson was the intended receiver, but as you said, Sparks, penalty is going to move this one back. Holding on the Evergreens. So Sparks, based on what we've seen from some of the other teams in the Valley, it's boy, you'd put Everest and Stevens Point right up there as teams that are so good because they can control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, exactly. They're both physical, and like you said, just the run game and the play action off that. The top two that we've seen hands down, Stevens Point and DC Everest. That'll be a fun one down the stretch to see who pulls out that conference title.
McCrary, the running back. We'll get the handoff from Schmidt. McCrary, second effort to get him down to the 26-yard line.
Tice Gorman there on the tackle, coming back down from the weak side. Good pursuit.
Caden Caldwell in on that tackle, and he was moving a little slowly after that stop, but he remains in the ball game. Clay, the running back now. Snap to Schmidt. Clay up the middle inside the 20.
Boy, that inside counter has been so effective tonight. They run it to the weak side of the formation, but they get that great pull and lead block through there.
Third down coming up now for the Evergreens. Huskies using the opportunity to get some new players in there and get some guys some varsity experience.
Yeah, as we come down to 3 minutes left to play.
John Schmidt hands it off to Robert Clay, who is stood up in the hole and then tossed backwards.
Nice job by the Husky defense there. Create a 4th and 9. Loken on the tackle.
Boy, Loken is one of those high energy guys. He's always seems to be around the ball, and he's kind of throwing himself around. He's not a big guy. They list him as 6 feet 200.
And Everest going to come out here and try a field goal. This will be a 42-yard attempt. Excuse me. Let's try this again. How about a 37-yard attempt? Again, something to work at, going later in the season.
Carson Kempf will give this a shot. On the way. And good. Just enough to sneak over the crossbar. Carson Kemp, 37-yard field goal with 1:41 to go. We'll take one last timeout. Back with the finish of this one. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with a smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Minute 41 remaining in this one. DC Everest on the way to improving to 4-2 overall, 4-0 in Wisconsin Valley Conference football. Another big one from the Big Rivers tonight. Rice Lake on the road stays unbeaten, 26-23 over New Richmond. Tigers are now 4-2 overall, 2-2 in the conference. Kemp kicks it away. Huskies having some issues.
And he got her on the
to
corner.
The edge with some nifty running there. That was Nick Tyson.
But again, it's only going to get out to about the 17-yard line. Maybe only the 16. Let's see where they mark it.
Now go back to that Rice Lake New Richmond game. Remember, it was New Richmond beating Rice Lake in the regular season. They matched up again in the playoffs, and it was Rice Lake winning it, and the Warriors went on to play in the state finals. So, boy, I tell you, those are two really good teams to keep an eye on in Division II. But New Richmond now doesn't have a whole lot of margin for error.
New quarterback here for the Huskies.
That's Gavin McMullen. Good penetration that time by the Evergreens. That was number 33, Michael Shep. Running back for North is number 34, who's not on our roster. And he'll get the carry.
Yeah, he's going to go east-west, and he's going to lose more yardage here.
Wrestled down by Aiden Schmitz.
Yeah, we talked about it all night. It's been so difficult to get the edges on Everest. It's happened once or twice, but again, every other time they've lost yards or just haven't been able to turn the corner on them. Great job again on setting the edge. And this will probably be your last play of the night.
Snap to McMullen. He will keep it, and he's going to be taken down after a very short game, but that's going to do it here from Eau Claire North High School. DC Everest, an impressive win, 39-7 over the Huskies. With the win, DC Everest now 4-2 overall, 4-0 in the conference. Eau Claire North drops to 2-4 overall, 2-2 in Wisconsin Valley Conference play. Sparks, really impressive by the Evergreens tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They were just solid in every facet of the game. Special teams, defense, offense was tremendous. And again, it kind of goes back again to their defense. We talked about it coming in on how they've just allowed 0, 6, and 15 the last 3 games. And tonight here, again, they only allow 7 points. And it just helps their offense so much because they get such great field position to start their drives. But again, they've sustained drives. They've done a great job. They're trying to sprinkle in some of the pass game. They've been trying to work on that. You could tell tonight again. But, boy, that run game is just so tough to handle.
Coming up next, the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. That is coming up next. You've been watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
All right, welcome back to Eau Claire North High School. These two guys are in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House, the two running backs, Corbin Enzenroth and Andrew Bankston. Corbin, let's start with you. We saw you guys last year when you played at Carson Park against Memorial. It just looks like it's the same style of offense, some different players here and there, but you guys just get plugged in and you just run the ball, you run hard. Tell me about the job that your O-line did tonight.
Oh, they did an awesome job. They just made the hole and I just ran. It was all them.
How nice is that to know that you can just line it up and, you know, yeah, you might have to make a cut here or there. You might have to do something, but by and large, there's going to be a crease there for you somewhere.
It was awesome, yeah.
Andrew Bankston, let's bring you in here too. Same kind of story. How much credit goes to the O-line? Yeah, you guys get the stats, you get the numbers, but that O-line, boy, they've been playing really well.
Yeah, I say they get all the credit, being able to push the D-line back and create the holes for us to run through. And yeah, it all goes down on them, relies.
What's been different for you guys in this stretch of 4 games that you've won? You dropped 2 games against 2 really good teams, but now you've kind of gotten things together. What's working better for you guys?
I think communication was a big thing that we started to work on. And yeah, we just started to execute harder practices and yeah, like I said, communication.
And you also had to go to a different quarterback because of an injury, but talk about how Rhodey played, not just played for you tonight, but has played in these last few games.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of confidence since the first game he started in, and you know, just building off that, being able to put in new plays and formations and all that, he's being able to like adapt to it and all that.
And your defense, you got to say something about those guys because they were really, really good. And North has got some playmakers, but your defense did a really nice job.
Yeah, I mean, I think but they've let up, we've had 3 or 4 conference games, and they've let up less than 30, I think, maybe 40, something like that. Yeah, they're doing a great job.
All right, what's the upside for you guys? Okay, you're going to enjoy this one. I'm sure it'll be a nice bus ride back home, but what's the plan going forward?
Yeah, just keep on using this momentum to win over and gain that conference championship.
All right. You guys are in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. You remember how this works?
Yeah.
You say your name, and then together we're in the house.
All right.
All right? So as soon as Dominic up there gives you the thumbs up, you guys can take it away.
My name's Corbin.
And I'm Andrew Bankston.
And we're in the house.
Thank you, gentlemen. Hey, good. Thank you for your time. Good luck to you guys the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right. So, Corbin Enzenroth, Andrew Bankston, both big games tonight for DC Everest. Again, a lot of credit goes to that Evergreen's O-line as well as the defense. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Dave Sparger and I will be back Thursday night at Eau Claire Memorial High School. The Old Abe's girls volleyball team will host Rice Lake in a Big Everest Conference matchup. Then on Friday, also at Memorial, It's Wisconsin Valley Conference football as the Old Abe's will host Wisconsin Rapids. For my color commentator Dave Sparger, for Don Millay, our producer videographer, I'm Bob Bradovich saying goodnight from Eau Claire North High School.